the news we have for you today, because something has actually happened in Anambra State, and this one is actually very scary. Without wasting much of your time, let us go straight up to the news. In Anambra, soldiers allegedly invade popular company, threatening to buy workers, cut away with many products. Now, it is no longer just buying innocent Biafrans. They are now looting in Biafran land. They are now looting our people. They are doing everything possible to suppress our people, to make Biafran land a place where our people will not be free to do their business anymore. Not just buying them, but this time around they are doing all kind of atrocities just to bring down our people. Now let us go straight up to this one, because they have been reviewed and exposed once again. The news in detail. Transtel company located at number 20 GMO Road, Atani Industrial Layout near Onitsha, is currently under siege as over 30 personnel of the Nigerian Army from 302 General Support Artillery Regiment / Onitsha Military Cantonment invaded the company's premises on Wednesday 18 June at about 1 p.m., threatening to buy any staff of the company who attempted to make videos, take pictures, or make phone calls to alert the public about what they saw as illegal operation. Investigation has it that the soldiers shut down operations in the company with a promise to return the next day for further action. Sources from the company revealed that the military personnel returned the next day with many heavy-duty trucks and ordered all staffs of the company out of the premises, leaving only the security men who watched helplessly while the fully armed soldiers siphoned the company's petroleum product and other company finished products into many heavy-duty trucks and absconded to an unknown destination. Investigation also revealed that Transtel Company, an envoy group chaired by Chief Felix Ojimba, is a company reputed for the production of edible oil with palm kernel oil, palm oil, and soya bean oil as raw materials for production of different types of edible oil. The company is said to procure her petroleum products, AGO and LPFO, directly from the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), an NLPC certified vendor with transaction receipt and other documentation as evidence of legality and due process in business. However, pandemonium erupted when officers of the Nigerian Army invaded the company's premises on Thursday, 19th June, beating the workers and forced their way in with many heavy-duty trucks, cutting away both petroleum products and other company refined edible products on account of an intelligence that the company deals on oil bunkering. This is actually serious, and if you're still watching or listening to this particular news, please, I want you to continue to share to as many platforms as possible. Let Biafrans know what is happening in Biafran land. Please, let the world continue to see and hear the ill treatment being meted on Biafrans. Let us continue with the news. Further investigation has it that the army personnel who came for the operation did not produce any search warrant or petitions authorizing them to unleash terror and mayhem on the company on that fateful day. As at Friday, 20th June, Transtel Company has been held hostage by the soldiers who barricaded the premises and held some security operatives of the company captive, locked the entire premises of the company with their own keys and locks. As at the time of writing this report, The remote cause of invasion of transit company by officers of the Nigerian Army has not been ascertained, as none of the company's staff could say exactly why the company was being raided by soldiers, because the soldiers refused to disclose why they were on the operation. Instead, they only stated that they were acting on instruction from a higher authority, and anybody who dared to stop them will pay with his or her life. Further findings also revealed that the Department of Petroleum Resources (DPR) and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) in charge of ascertaining adulterated petroleum products in the country were not part of the unlawful invasion of Transtel Company, as seen in the operation of officers of the 302 Artillery Regiment of the Nigerian Army on Onitsha. None of the aforementioned agencies of the federal government were involved in the operations, thereby leaving doubts as per the real motive behind the actions of the Nigerian Army. The due process of sample collections and validation wasn't applied in their operation. However, there are fears that some of the company's machines were not properly shut down, which will cause a big loss to the company and also possess a bigger risk of explosion to inhabitants of the industrial area. As at the time of writing this report, the Transtel Company is still on lock, with some personnel of the Nigerian Army still inside the premises and some of the company's security still held captive by the soldiers without outside communication or feeding. Speaking of the unfortunate development in his company, the chairman of Transtel Nigeria Limited, Chief Felix Ojimba, said he was highly disappointed in the actions of the military operatives who overran his company without observing due process of the law. Ojimba, who stated that he pleaded with the military personnel to test his material to ascertain whether they were faulty, said information has it that the soldiers have invaded a lot of companies for similar illegal operation. Well, I'm gonna stop here because the reality is that, the bandits that the so-called zoo continue to find and fight are within them. The same reason Mazi Simon Ekpa did everything possible to make sure that every soldier leaves Biafran land. All they could do was to find a way to shut him up. But one thing I have for them, and one good news for Biafran, is the fact that Simon Ekpa is coming back for them, and Woto Woto Promas Season 2 will continue. Thank you once again for joining us on this wonderful YouTube platform. Please, this is an important information for every Biafran. So if you're a Biafran, especially those in Anambra State, please make sure you share those so that Biafrans will know what is happening in Biafran land. God bless you.